that whenever account phone is modified, then update contact record with phone field, other phone with old value and home phone with new value, and associated with account records. So can someone just explain me the question? What does it mean?
Yeah, Smriti. So, like once you are updating a phone field on the account object, then like on the contact object, the phone field should get updated. The other phone field values should get updated with the old values, and this is the home one with the new value, the one that we are updating in the account
Mhm.
phone
Correct.
field.
Correct. So let's get started. So first thing is object. Okay. So which object we are talking about?
Account, like
Account. Correct. Correct. Because the triggering point is account. From there it we start. So whenever something happens to account, okay, then what is the event?
after,
Why after?
because like once the value in the account object is updated on the phone field, then like you have to perform operation on this contact object. Like
Yeah.
two objects are involved in this.
Yeah. Correct. Based on account, we don't want to do something to contact. That is what we are getting right. If even anyone has confusion, please let me know. And then what is the DML?
Update.
Okay, because it is asking on the modified, right? Okay, okay. So the first question is that what all you need to pull in, like how will you proceed with the logic?
So it is basically
So
comparing the old value with the new value. So uh, you should be like using map.
Yeah, okay. So can we say that first thing is to get the list of account IDs? That should be the step one, because based on that we want to get the related contacts. First thing, can we say that we are storing the list of like set of IDs of account?
Yes,
Because
Smriti.
because based on that we will be getting the contacts of that particular account. So one account can have multiple contacts, and we want to pull in that contacts which are associated to contact account. So first thing is to get the account IDs, and on the basis of that get that particular contacts.
Mm-hmm.
see, so
That
like
can
in this case, like do we need the account IDs of the of those records which are getting updated, or all the account IDs that are present into the account object?
yeah. Someone wants to answer this, or then I will answer. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead with the question once more, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in this, what we are doing, are we taking all the account IDs that are records that are present over there on the object, or like one that we are updating that only?
So basically, why we are taking a set of account IDs. First, what we'll do, we'll put all the account IDs, like we are updating the phone number, right? Like let's say I'm updating anything on the account, and then like if I'm updating anything on the account, then we know that okay, there is something in a for loop. We can see if there is something changed from the old values, then put that accounts in a set. And then next step, what we can do, pull, because we have to do update. Who's that? Okay, so the next so did you guys understand? So the first, what we'll do, we'll take all the account which we are updating the phone number on those accounts. Only those accounts we will take, right? Let's say I have 100 accounts records. So I'm updating at a time. I'm updating the phone number, because here it says whenever account phone is modified. So I'm updating the phone number of 50 account records, not all the 100. So we need that list, right? For 50 accounts, or we will take all the accounts. Do we take all the accounts or just 50 accounts?
Only for the one which we want to modify.
Because we want only the accounts on which we are updating the phone. So basically we'll be taking a set, and what we will do whenever we are updating the phone number on that accounts, we'll put those account IDs in that set, right? And the next thing what we'll do is, we got the account list. We'll find if those accounts has contacts. In order to update the contact, we need to check, right, if that particular account has a contact. So the next step will be check if the account has contacts. Fetch contacts with accounts, above accounts. You can write a query here. The third step, what you'll do now, you have contacts, you have accounts, and the accounts which we have here are getting updated, right? We have taken only those accounts. Within that, so we'll update the contacts, whatever it says, like update the phone number, like one phone number with a new home phone with a new, other phone with old value, and home phone with the new value. So the other phone, there is a field other phone. We will update that field on the contact with the old value, what it has, and will the account phone number, and then new value, as we are updating the phone number on the account object, on the account record. So that updated value, the new value, we will save that in the home phone field on the contact. So that's the third step. Like, let me know if anyone has like any doubts still here.
So basically, what Gyan said is, like, we can divide in step 1, step 2, step 3. So Gyan, thanks for giving such a good explanation on this. So on the same note, we will be storing the set of IDs of accounts. On the basis of that, we will be fetching the contacts, and then we will be iterating over account and contacts, and then we will be updating home phone and other phone. So home phone, we said that we want to update with the new value, and other phone we have to update with the old value. So that is the steps which we need to understand before actually performing the logic. So I hope till here we are clear, so that we can go with the logic. So once we see the code, I think that might be more clear. So is anyone there who wants to share the screen and discuss the code?
I just have one small question actually. Can I ask one in the chat? Can I send in the chat a scenario question, an interesting trigger one?
Yeah, Arshit, I mean, yeah, we will discuss the another question later. Let's
Fine, I'll wait
on this one. So is anyone wanting to share the screen and show the question, what they have done?
Yes, Smriti.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got a lot of errors, but otherwise I somehow have written code.
That's fine. Main is the logic. We can.
Yeah. So here, account after, everybody able to see?
Yes.
Yes, Arti, we can see.
Okay, so Smriti, what I did is I got the contacts into this list. Oh, sorry, I should make a map. Yeah, contacts into this list. I got trigger dot. I used select ID from contact where account ID in trigger dot new map dot key set. Is this correct?
1 second, I'm just checking. So basically, you are getting trigger.newmap.keyset. So
yeah, it has all the IDs, right?
Yeah, I'm checking this.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And then IDs are all, and then all the contacts are stored here. IDs of contacts related to that.
Yeah, they will be stored in
Right.
con list.
And then here I'm iterating to trigger.new. And then I'm just checking if there are something here. If dot size I have to give, right? Size greater than 0 and not equal to null. Again, for each contact,
You can,
I'm updating.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. So on line 11, you can just check the size. There's no need to check null.
Okay.
Okay, Shitarshi, can you explain why we don't need null, why we are just using just checking
Yeah,
size?
yeah, sure. So on line 8, there's a list, con list. So when we check if the list size, so if the size is 0, that means it has no record, the list is empty. And when we check, we can also check null, but null is not that much efficient for list. We check null for object variables. Like if there was contact object instead of contact list, we should have checked null there. But if it's list, then we have to check the size.
Shitarshi, do you want to ask again? I'm not sure if everyone is clear. Guys, this is very important question they ask in interview. So just that's why I'm waiting here for a minute. Shitarshi, do you want to ask again the question?
Yeah. Yeah. So what I asked her is if why she has used and null check, why she has put null check with the size. So we don't do that. We don't check null with list. We check size, or we check if the list is empty. There are two different methods on list. One is dot size and the other one is empty. Okay. So we cannot check null on list because we check null on object variable. So like on line 8, if it was an contact object instead of list of contact, then we would have checked null. So this is what I'm saying.
So I have a question. When to check is empty and when to check size?
It actually depends.
XMP, can I say?
Well, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Once you're done, I have some explanation.
So we don't see. I personally don't use size for checking list. I use is empty. See, size has different uses. You can use size in different places. Like if you're iterating over a list from backside, from the reverse, you use size, but you can use empty there. So empty is just for checking if the list is empty or not, and size just gives you a value of what is the size of the list.
So reiterating to your point, even I also use is empty itself whenever I'm using and checking the like whether it's empty or not.
But why?
See, empty is more. I believe empty is more of the standard process which we check list for, because it returns Boolean expression. You don't need to compare it with anything. Like in online 11, you are comparing it with if it is greater than 0. But if you put dot is empty, then you don't have to check it with anything. It's no parenthesis. It is a function. It is a method.
You got it. Yeah. Okay, so here again I'm iterating through con list and then updating. I think this field is not there. This is a other phone.
So you need to check for the field.
Other phone should be there.
Home phone might be there, but other.
There's a okay. Let's start debugging. There's first error on line number 8. Let's go for line number 8 first.
Yeah.
You can check in problems. First is unexpected. Unexpected. Okay. Angle error.
So many errors.
So what you need to do? Not able to hear anything.
First of all, don't we need to get the list of accounts as well, like as in the account IDs?
No. So what you need to do is वहाँ पे
English.
there will be curly braces, I think.
So how you will fetch a con list without having a trigger, without inserting it? How you will get the key set in the 8th line? So till 8th line, I see that you're nowhere we are inserting account. And we are trying to
See,
like take account IDs.
account will have account ID field, right?
Yes,
So sorry, contact will have account ID field, right? So trigger.newmap.keyset, what it will hold all the income. If you are trying to insert 200 accounts, it will have IDs in key and the whole records in value. So I am just getting the key, only the IDs I am getting. Or maybe I should put a set here for IDs and then store all the IDs in a set so that
Okay.
to avoid duplicates.
No, you don't have to use the trigger.newmap.keyset, right? Just account ID should be fine, right? Why we need trigger.newmap.keyset?
Because we are getting all the keys from new map or in trigger.
So I
We
so
are passing
Jan,
we are passing a trigger.newmap.keyset as a set here from which has values, and these values only will be fetched from database. So this is what she has done here.
Yeah, I understand, but the thing is here, even if we just say where ID in account ID, that should be fine, right?
In account ID.
so wait, for what Jan is trying to say is like, okay, the standard way of doing it, like creating a set and getting the account ID, storing there, and then here in the list of accounts, getting contacts also, and then do in account IDs. That's what he's saying. And what Shitarji and you have done is new map.keyset. Correct, Shitarji?
Yeah.
Okay. So what should I store in this set?
You have to store the
IDs, right?
yes.
So ID dot set equal to select ID from.
Why you need to do
be,
select?
no, this will be error. You cannot store.
It
Yeah,
will
I
be
cannot store.
Yeah.
Yes, that I know.
This returns list, and you cannot store it in set. See, what you can do is come on line number 9. Let me help you. Come on line number 9 and remove new list. Remove the part which I am saying. Remove new and list content. Remove it. Remove the parentheses from both ends. Now, okay. So do one thing now. First debug con list. अरे क्या हो गया? Okay, you have to put a colon after in. You have to put a colon after in.
okay. It went. Yeah. Is empty.
And,
Will
and
be
is
putting that.
empty. You have to put parentheses after the is empty. It is a method, not a variable. Yeah. Okay. And the last error will be for this in line number 16 and 17. That is for the क्या कहते हैं? This is for
It will be trigger.old map, not
It should
old.
be not empty, right? If it is not empty, then we should go it, right? Like on the 12th.
yeah. So you have to put
Not.
not set. Yeah.
And in the 16, it will be old map and new map.
Yes. Variable does not exist. Other phone. Yeah. You have to use the correct field ID. Correct field name.
I'm not sure if these are standard.
Oh, एक मिनट नहीं ठीक है. Okay, go back there. just put con instead of con list. Just put con instead of con list. You are iterating on con list using the variable con. It should be con there.
Right. And you have to add.
Yeah. Now put system debug everywhere.
You have to update it, right? Here.
Yeah, correct.
You cannot use double quotes here. No, actually it will be error there. No. Stay. So Smriti, are you helping her or should I help her?
You can. I'm
We
seeing
have
that.
we are confused a lot.
Okay. So basically we have to put the update, right? You were right, going right only.
No. Are so she cannot update con list because we are not doing anything on con list. We are just
No,
iterating
we
over
don't
it.
have to update con list. We have to update con.
We have to nahi, are yaar, we have to put con in a different list of contact. We have to create a new contact list uh, before line 11. We have to put con in that list and we have to update that particular list. Can you please create another list of contact? Yes. And let's name it update contact list. You have to change the name on line 10. You have to change the name. Name it update contact list. Yeah, line number 10. Yes, and come on line number 18 now. Yeah, right, contact list. What do I have copied? Paste it. Dot add and press enter and put con there. Okay. On line number 19, you have to remove those double quotes. We don't use double quotes in Apex. We have to use single quotes and just put contact list there. No, contact list. Okay, do one last thing. Press command if you are on you're on PC. So click Control A and press Shift Tab. Yeah. Okay. Now save it.
Mm-hmm.
Update a contact. Update account also. Does it work?
Yeah, I never noticed I was on mute. Okay, I was telling that it worked. Okay, other phone is the old value and home phone is new value. It worked. Okay.
Okay, so can you go back to the code?
Mhm.
Okay, and can you open the logs once?
I'm also copying, pasting this in the chat so anybody can.
Instead of chat, can you put it in a sheet and give, because sometimes it's hard to take it from chat.
Okay.
Just pass it over. Okay, yeah. So where is contact list? Yeah, you can do it later. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Huh.
Open debug log, debug only. This is
Uh-huh.
not. This is not the one. This is not the one. It will be 17.53 KB. नीचे से दूसरा, the second one from last.
17.
Above that, yeah. Check
Yeah,
size. Check size. Check size. Last column.
check size. Okay, 17.5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay, got it.
Yeah. The biggest size will have debug.
Okay. Thank you. Open.
Wait. See, it
Yeah.
has got.
Old, new.
Awesome, nice. So can you go back to the code once? So is anyone having doubts here? Like we can discuss here for like 5 minutes.
Smriti, can you explain the nine number list contact? The trigger dot new map dot key set. I didn't get that.
So basically, what is new map? Can you explain that?
New map can store new values. When
Yeah, new
creating
values in the form of map. That is key
map.
value, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, on the basis of key, we are getting the values.
Okay.
So is there any other question? I guess no. Gyan, do you want to check with something, or do we have to move on? Shitarshi, do you want to ask questions just to see that if people are clear on this?
Better, I think, if Satachi can explain from line 1 to last again.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks, Satachi.
So on line 6, we know that we are all clear with what's happening on line number 6. There's a trigger for account trigger on object account, and its DML is after update. Okay, so on line number 9, what's actually happening is we have created a list of type contact, and the name of the list is con list. What we are doing after equal to is important. We are making a SOQL query. So what we are fetching is ID. We are only selecting ID from contact object, where account ID is a field on contact object, and where account ID in and colon. What does in and colon indicates is very different from what equal to means. Equal to means this value should be equal to this, but in means it should be in this particular list or set. See, what trigger.newmap.keyset on line number 9 is returning is a list of IDs. Okay, it is returning a list of IDs which we have to fetch ID of contact of only these of that particular list. This is what trigger.newmap.keyset is doing here. So that is why we have put in instead of equals. Am I clear? I'm not sure if I explained it properly.
Yeah.
Line number
It's clear, Satachi.
Yeah. So we are saving all those IDs in con list, and on line number 10 we are just declaring a new list of contact. Okay. So on line number 11 is debug statement. On line number 12 we are iterating on trigger.new. What trigger.new returns is a list of all the new records which are affected by this update statement. So we are iterating it using account object on line 12. And on line 13, we are checking if the con list is empty. We are checking if it is not empty, because if it is empty, then we cannot do anything. So if it is not empty, then we are iterating on con list using contact object. Why? Because con list is a list of type contact. So we have to iterate it using contact only. So what we are doing is we are using con to select every particular record of con list, and we are updating its other phone and its home phone. Okay guys, is that clear?
Yes, Shataji.
Yes, Sataji.
Okay. Thank you.
This is how we are iterating.
And one more question. Here for the list, we don't have to allocate the memory new list
No,
of contacts.
that is not required here. We can do that this way, or we can declare it on as line 10. See, there's a difference. On line 9 number, line number 9, we are declaring and initializing its value, and on line number 10, we are just declaring it. There's a difference.
Okay, but I think the error previously was because I did not use colon. The error was coming.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Another important thing is, see, line number 17. We have used two fields here, other phone, and on line number 18, we have used home phone. So it is a good practice that while using these fields, you should also pull these fields on line number 9 query. So if you can use ID, comma, other phone and home phone, it will be better.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, Satashi, for this wonderful explanation.
Thank you.
Okay. So can you stop sharing the screen? Okay. So next question is count number of contacts on accounts using trigger following the best practice. So Shitaji, for your information, yeah, I've sent it to everyone. It was asked in the Google contract position and also in a Facebook interview. Though it's not that hard, but it was asked. So basically what you guys have to do is you have to create a handler, and then you have to use like the complete best practices. You have to use that and then do it.
So guys, it's not about the logic here. The logic you can get it from the internet, or you can just make it. This is very simple logic. All of you can make it. What's different about this question is the statement using trigger following best practices. So what best practices include? I will give you a brief. There are many things, even I don't know all of them. I will just give you a brief. So best practices includes bulkifying of the trigger, which who shared the screen last? Sorry, I don't know your name.
Aarti.
Yeah. So what Aarti did last time, she bulkified the code by not putting any DML into any for loop or any type of query in for loop. So we have done that. We should use that, and instead of writing all the logic part in trigger, we use a handler class. Handler class is nothing, just an Apex class which is called from trigger, and we pass some parameters there. So this is just what best practice. This is what some best practices of trigger are.
So basically you have to write the handler class, and then you have to write a trigger, and you have to follow best practices, as in you will use isempty and everything. So let's see by doing that. And then Shitashi, I have a question. Should we discuss like about handler class first, or let them write it and then we can discuss?
Let them write.
Okay, so you can, if you don't have idea about handler class, Google it, try to work on it, and then we can wait for like 10-12 minutes, and then we will be writing the handler class for it, and then the trigger for it using the best practices.
I will give you the examples for handler class, Shataji. Shataji have some good examples. I'll give you that, okay, for handler class after the call. So you want now or after the call?
No, you can give me after the call.
Okay, fine. So
guys,
because my current project also I'm in handler class, so I can give some examples. Proceed.
Okay, guys. So I think what we should do now is let's not follow best practices. Let's try to get on with the logic here. let's get on with the logic with trigger, and then we can use best practices after we have achieved the functionality. How about that?
Okay, makes sense. So okay, for now, just write the trigger, and then we will be using the best practice to complete it.
Yes.
Cool. So okay, let's start. Let's start a timer, and we will be following everything.
Guys, can we start? Anyone want to share screen? Start.
Shitashi, if you, is anyone good with this question, or we can share the screen?
Anyone got the solution, guys? Anyone want to share the screen? Discuss their approach or something?
Okay, then. I guess no one has completed it. So, do you want to? Are you okay with me to share, and we can discuss?
Yes, Smriti.
Okay, cool. Okay, so question is count number of contacts and accounts using trigger following the best practice. So we will be going to the best practice later. Let's go with the logic. So before that, I have a question that is someone clear on, let's go there. So guys, can you tell me about the object used here?
It is contact.
Is it contact?
Contact.
Yeah, correct. Okay, and what is
Contact.
the, yes, what is the event?
After.
Why after?
Because two objects are like there are two objects we are using, contact and account, and
DML can be like, okay, at the time of insert or update, like whenever a new contact is getting created, that time also it calculates the number of contacts on the account. Correct? It can be just on the insert. It can be on the time of deletion. So it depends on when we want it.
yes,
Correct. So
that's right.
that depends on the logic. So we got the object, event, and DML. Now regarding the logic, the main logic which we have to execute is that we have to calculate the contact dot size. That is the logic which we have to execute. But for that, we need to create a field, number of contacts. Can someone put on mute actually? Okay. Basically, we have to calculate the number of contacts. So for that, we will be creating a custom field on account object itself, so that we can store the contact size on the contact, on the account. So that should be clear, right? That is our objective. Now, if we go to the code, the same steps we will be following. The first one is that we will be getting the list of account IDs. Sorry, list of account IDs we will be getting, and a set of account IDs we will be getting. And then that particular set we will be storing here. Because of that, we will be pulling the list of accounts having the contacts, and then we will be performing the logic. That is a base. We will go line by line, but that is the 3 steps which we are following. The step 1 is to get the IDs. On the basis of that, fetch contacts, and then on the basis of that, we will be iterating over the accounts and checking the number of contact size, and putting it in this field. So that is the main logic which we are applying. Till here, is it clear?
Yes, Smriti.
Okay.
Yes, Smriti.
Okay. So now basically what we are doing is we are just performing. So I said the best practice, right? So if you observe, then we are checking empty, we are checking null, if it is null or not, if it is empty or not, just as a best practice. So basically we are checking that the new contact, if it is not null, then perform some logic. And what it is doing, it is iterating over the list of contacts and checking that if account ID, so there is a field called account ID in the contact, and if it is checking if it is not null, then it is storing that in the basically account ID set. So basically it is storing the list of account IDs which are on the contact.
Yes.
Is it clear to other? So basically you can think
Yes.
of it as a best practice, but main logic which we are doing is that we are adding the account IDs in this one ACC ID set. We are adding it here.
Okay. So we are adding all the accounts related to that contacts.
Can you repeat?
We are adding all the accounts related to that contact.
So basically we are iterating over the contacts. So this is contact. We are iterating over the contact and we are adding the account IDs of the contact in the list.
Right.
In the set.
Yeah.
Guys, are you clear here?
Yes, Smriti.
Yes.
Okay. And we are checking the old new contact. Okay, here we are checking the old contact. And old contact, again, we are iterating over this. And then we are putting the old contact values. So again, that is the best practice of checking, okay, null or not, and then we are putting it here. Then we come again here. We will again discuss whatever points we want to understand. We'll sit through it. But again, we are creating the list. And then here we are doing nothing but pulling the contacts from the account where ID is ACC IDs. So ACC IDs will be storing all the IDs. So we are on the basis of that, we are getting the accounts.
Okay.
Got it, right? Again, we are doing the null check, if it is null or not. Then again, now what we are doing, we are iterating over the account. And now again, so this one is the logic. For this, what we are doing, okay, there is a field called number of contacts on the account. And then on that, we are doing contact the size, we are calculating that and putting the value here. But for that, because we have to iterate over it, so we have to get the list of accounts because there will be multiple values. That is the reason we are iterating over each of them by using the for loop.
Okay.
And then if you go down, so what is happening? We are checking, we are doing update. So again, before doing update, again as a best practice, we are checking that if it is empty or not. And again, as a best practice, if there is an error, so it will be catching the error by showing the debug statement. So that you can put in as a best practice. So now, Shatarshi or Gyan, do you want to iterate it in another way and try to get what we have done or ask questions?
I think I am good here.
Yeah.
The old contacts, I think we can also query and get it, but instead of querying one SQL statement will be wasted. So this is the best, I think. Yeah.
Yes, you can do even like that.
One second, can you repeat the question and then the answer?
Okay, I was just saying here you're trying to get old contacts, account IDs also, and trying to add it to the set, right? So old contacts account ID, you can also get it from by querying the database because old is there in the database, right? Right, but instead of one SQL wasting one SQL, I think this is a better practice.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Again, do you want to ask questions just to check that everyone got it?
Yeah,
so, I have a question here.
Sure.
We are checking for the null right. So in all the above statements, so best practice we need to follow for all such kind of scenarios. Like we should be giving the statement like always check for a null value.
Right.
So basically, when you are going to an interview, so that time mostly they say to put the logic. Okay. So,
Okay.
and they give a time, okay, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on how much time they have given. So
Okay.
I will share, okay. If the
Okay.
same question is asked in Facebook, so then they will give you 15-20 minutes, and they will expect that you will be putting all the best practices. But put the logic, firstly put the logic, and then after that, because it's generally whiteboard coding, right? So then
Okay.
after that, just to put the best practices above it, showing that, okay, I understand all the best practices as well. So put the logic and then the best practice. And
Okay.
when it depends on like lesser time we have been given, so on that basis you are able to just put the logic, and then if they ask, or you can yourself say that this is the logic, and I can put null check, I can put is empty, like that you can communicate to them.
Describe. Okay, got it. Okay.
So we are
So
taking
like
the
we
new
have
concept.
performed till now, sorry, yeah, just once again. So we have till now, whatever we did from last 4-5 days, we were just putting the logic, just to
Yes.
learn the best practices. We are looking at this code. So if
Okay.
you don't get anything else from this, just see how we are implementing the best practice.
Okay, got you, Smriti. Thank you.
So regarding code, if anyone has any doubts, we are taking old contacts, new contacts, which has account, and old contact as well as the new contact. We are saving the accounts in one set, the accounts related to those contacts in one set, which is ACC IDs. So it's just the old contact list, new contact list, and whatever the related account with those contacts, we are saving in a set. Once we have that, so we are updating the number of contacts, which is a custom field, number field. And we are checking for each contact, how many for each account, how many contacts we have, the size, and we are storing it over there. Once we have that, we are just updating the list, ACC list, that is the account list.
Okay, I have a question for Shitarji. Why we are taking the contact.account ID?
See, account ID is a field on contact.
So why we are putting account IDs in the list, in the set? Why we are putting that?
Are we iterating on accounts using this set or something?
Sorry. So we are iterating over the contacts.
So basically, do you guys know roll-up summary field?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
So exactly, this is the implementation of roll-up summary field as well. So this is very important questions. So the most important questions are like, if you get for the trigger, like the complex ones are, one is like roll-up summary, and then how you'll triggers for the related object, like which are in relation, like lookup or master detail, which we have been doing like this week, like whole week. So update child records based on like parent, so such kind. And this one, it is like here what we are doing, we have created a custom field on an account object where what we are doing, calculating the number of child records, which is a contact records. So let's say if you have a parent and child relationship, master detail relationship, in the master object we can create a roll-up summary field. But how can roll-up summary will be created in a lookup? This is one way, using triggers, or you can use flows as well. You can use flow.
So let's not go there. So coming back to the
I'm not going to flow, but I'm just saying that is also an option, right? Okay.
Okay. So that now what we can do is, regarding the, now we will execute the code. I already have it in my developer console, and before that we will be discussing about the helper, so handler. So can anyone explain how the handler works and what we are doing?
Yeah, I can do that. So instead of placing the code in the trigger itself, we are just creating another Apex class, and we declare the method as static so that we don't have to create an instance. We can just call the method by the class name. It's the same that we are doing here. Count contact is a class name, and count contacts is a method name. Since the method is static, we are just calling contact count contact.count contact, and then passing the trigger.new and trigger.old values into these two lists, new contact and old contact list. Trigger.new is stored in new contact, old is stored in old contact. So we're transferring all the logical part of the trigger into the handler. Handler class is nothing but another Apex class.
Correct. So basically, all this we told, right? We can use after insert, after update, after delete. Earlier we were putting in the logic itself, but here we are just dividing it and we are putting this here. All the after insert, after update, whatever we are going to use, and then we are saying, okay, if it is on insert, if it is on update, if it is on delete, if it is on delete, undelete. We're putting all the or, and then if it is there, then it will be putting the we will be doing the count of contacts, and then the method that will be getting invoked. And because we use trigger.new and old, so that is the reason we are putting it here. So Gyan, do you have any questions on that?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. So let's try.